start. We are born again. Open your heart. Spend this time in your head.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It is yet another Fab Four meeting episodes. This is what, our fourth one, ladies?
I think so.
That sounds like good math.
Like 4.
Right?
Yeah.
That's 4 times 4.
That went so fast. I was like, wait, we're only doing this once a month. We've been doing this for 4 months.
4 months.
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Indigo Neely, Janet Greta, and Lindsey Murphy.
Duh.
There we go. And of course, if you're watching this, then here you know who I am. So I'm going to start. We got 3 questions. If you guys have any questions you want us to answer next month for month 5, oh my gosh, then please put them down below in the description box so that I will ask them next month, because apparently we've been able to keep up pretty well with getting these done.
Somehow, some way we remember at the middle of the month that it's time for us to chat.
Always. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it's the middle of the month. We have to meet.
Yeah. And it all works out for some reason. Literally, I messaged you 2 days ago and you're like, oh, it's already the middle of the month. Let's make this happen. And then it worked for everybody. That's so good.
I know, which is crazy. Yeah. Neely, your kids had testing, right?
Yeah, we did the state assessment testing, and we just did it over Zoom 2 years ago. When we did it, we got to do it over Zoom for the first time, and I was like, why would I ever drive anywhere to take my kids to get tested again? This is amazing.
Literally.
So they were on Zoom all morning. So now it's my turn.
Exactly. It's mom's turn. For goodness sake, I was cleaning the kitchen for 2.5 whole hours before this. So I've changed my clothes. I broke a nail. Ooh, I got most of my nails clean. I really did stand there with a nail brush for like 5 minutes doing this. I missed some. Oops.
Mhm.
That's
Good
fun.
for you, though. I desperately need to do that too. I need to reorganize my pantry and stuff is what I need to do.
Let's not talk about the pantry. That's an off limits topic right there. My pantry looks like an explosion.
Yeah.
So, alrighty, I'm going to start with the 3 questions we have from Aurora. These are all from Aurora. 3, 2,
Thanks, Aurora.
4, 2. Yes, give us more. Give us more for next time. Neely, we'll start with you. What was your biggest crutch or favorite pre-keto food? And do you keto-fy it now?
Oh,
Just favorite pre-keto food?
Mm-hmm.
Crunch? Is that what you said? Crutch?
Crutch. Yeah.
Oh, crunch?
No, crutch. Like, you're on broken legs, crutches.
Okay, got it. Crunchy food? I don't know. Pre-keto. I mean, I'd probably have to go with like a chocolate cheesecake, something like that. Well, I remember my husband and I, when it was after we were married. It was like when we were able to get away when Autumn was a baby, we would go to the Cheesecake Factory. And I had been like Atkins at that point, but I'd be like, this is a special occasion. And I would get like the Godiva chocolate cheesecake. That would be my favorite. And amazingly, you can totally keto-fy that. I've made keto cheesecakes before. I don't know if I've made one that good, but maybe that's a good challenge for like Christmas or something.
yeah.
I like it. Okay, Janet, how about you?
That's a good question, actually. And I would have to say, like, as far as like tempting, maybe like, when you're not planning it, would probably be the Dairy Queen Blizzard. As far as like, that would be one thing. I don't know, maybe it's summertime that I'm just thinking about that. But that's probably one of my favorites come summertime and before keto. And you can definitely keto-fy that for sure. I just made some keto chow ice cream and it was phenomenal. And you could easily add in like, on an occasion, they have, what's the brand name where they have like the Oreo cookies?
Nike. Oh, no. They don't have those. They just have little chocolate cookies that you could.
Yeah,
mix.
I've had them before. I can't think of the brand, but they're literally like Oreo cookies. And you could easily make that into a blizzard and mix it with the keto chow ice cream. I actually made cookies and cream keto chow ice cream in that video too. So that would be really good to add that in.
And what about you, Lindsey?
Okay, so it would be anything made by Little Debbie.
Mm. Such a good baker.
Yeah, for sure.
She definitely has some chops, especially the Star Crunch. And
Yes.
I have tried to recreate Star Crunch several times using protein puffs, and so far it's still in the lab. We're still in development. So anything like that, Star Crunch, the Nutty Buddies, the cosmic brownies, the regular brownies. I have done like the regular brownies as a keto thing. Gosh, I hate doing that. Ugh.
I like the ding dongs as well. Are they ding dongs? Is that what they're called?
That's on Hostess. That's a Hostess thing.
Hostess thing. Those are so good. That reminds me of Little Debbie's though. They're so good.
100%. Yeah. Those, just anything from Little Debbie. She's just the bee's knees.
Yeah.
Yeah, so true.
Agreed.
Very true. You said that, and I was like thinking about the zebra cakes. I was like,
Oh yeah.
Any of their holiday cakes, the zebra cakes, all the red dye 40. Oh, yes. Give it to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer on this one. Okay, so question number 2.
Wait, did you answer the question?
Oh no, I didn't. You should.
Your turn.
Mine would be Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh.
Mm.
I don't know if you can keto-fy that very well. Like there's just
I don't think the texture, I don't think you would be able to keto-fy the texture necessarily. You might get away with the flavor maybe, but
like,
yeah. Like there is no comparison, which is why I've told my family that if you know I'm going to die in like 30 minutes, maybe an hour, I want a box of Krispy Kreme donuts and a Starbucks. Because, you know,
way to go.
it's totally fine for an hour. So, because I don't think you can keto-fy that.
No.
no.
There's no way to do that, unfortunately. Okay, Lindsey, now we'll start with you. If you could go back to you, so we could go back to you. If you can go back to the beginning of your keto journey, what would you do differently?
I feel like we've kind of answered questions sort of along this same topic, same strain of thought. And I don't know that changing anything along the path would have gotten me to where I am now.
Yeah.
Just because I did follow like so many different ways of eating and learned so much about nutrition and the chemistry of everything in the process that I would not have as strong of, I don't want to say willpower because willpower can wane, but as strong of a drive to stay doing what I'm doing for long term if I hadn't learned everything from the past till now. And I still continue to learn to this day. So it's one of those things where if I learn the thing, then it solidifies why I do the thing. And if I didn't have all of that background, I don't think I would be able to have continued on in this way of life for as long as I have.
Yes, I actually completely agree. What about you?
Yeah, I agree too. I don't think I would change anything because I don't know. I don't think there's anything to look back on any one of us to think like, oh, I would have done that different. I would have been more successful, or, you know, this would have hindered my experience. But we all learn from those mistakes. You know what I mean? So I don't think I would change anything either.
What about you, Neely?
Sorry, my husband was trying to text me. So same, like Lindsey said, it's like, you know, the time travel sci-fi where you go back and you step on a butterfly and it messes up everything. Like, I'm afraid that would happen. So, but if I had to pick something that like, I wish like a wisdom I could have imparted to my younger self when I was struggling, just the body image stuff. Like, there was so much time and emotion and energy wasted on, you know, hating my body and trying to do something to, you know, make it more lovable or whatever. And it's just like, if I could just, you know, deal with that in myself back then earlier, you know, but obviously everything I went through got me to the place I am with my body image. So
yeah,
you know.
Everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? To go through those emotions and those thoughts, you learn from that as well too, right?
Yeah. But if there was one thing that I wish that maybe I had learned faster, that would probably be it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. Okay, so I'm actually going to give two because you guys made me think of two. One, I wish I'd taken more pictures pre-keto.
Oh, that's a good one.
I was never, ever, ever in front of the camera. And now I have like 5 pictures of myself and that's it.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
wish that I had taken more pictures of myself when I did not love myself.
Hmm.
And because I would have been able to see more. And number 2, I actually do wish that I had not done as many oxalates
Mm.
because I was eating literally 8 cups of spinach every day with probably almost a half a cup of almond flour and then a whole cup of almond milk every single day for the first 7 months of my keto journey. And some of the oxalates issues that I have had to deal with have been almost putting me into the hospital.
Yeah.
So that I wish that I could have brought the oxalate level down a little bit. Still had issues, so I could still learn about oxalates, but maybe not put myself in the hospital because of it.
For sure.
That would be the one. So now I'm like, no, you don't have to eat that many plants. You can just eat some plants. Just be careful. Please be careful. I almost killed us. Like, I'm shocked that I didn't kill us. The one guy died from 3 bowls of sorrel soup. I'm like, how on earth did I eat 8 cups of spinach every single day and not kill myself?
Progressive adaptation.
Apparently, I am a beast when it comes to oxalates.
Thank goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Superpower of all.
Yeah.
That is my superpower. Someone actually said that on YouTube. Because I told everyone that my house got struck by lightning. And I saw the big bright flash. Was it you, Lindsay, that said that? It was somebody said it. I couldn't remember. They were like, do you feel like, whenever that happens in a movie, then the main character gets superpowers. Do you feel any superpowers? And I was like, I don't know. I could really use some super strength right now, but no dice so far. That's okay. Okay. Last question from Aurora. Janet, we'll go with you first. What is your most favorite go-to keto recipe? Regular, the egg bread not included. You don't get to use that one. So none of the egg white breads. What is your favorite go-to keto recipe?
The one that I have been making all of the time on repeat that I still am not sick of is my cauliflower bake. I love it as a side dish. I just never get sick of it. It is so good. But it also includes lots of dairy, the cream cheese, shredded cheese. But that is one recipe that I create. There's a lot of variations about it. I'm not saying I created it, but my version, it's so good and I just never get sick of. And I can eat that on repeat with any sort of protein as well. Steak, chicken, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's always the chicken bake or the cauliflower bake all the time.
Yes, I love like the cauliflower mac and cheese type recipe.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably dangerous. Okay, how about you, Lindsay?
Does this count as a recipe? I'm thinking my reverse sear air fryer steak. That's just how I cook all my steaks, where you cook it, at like 200 and then you just sear it really fast on the stove. That or air fryer chicken wings. And I do those all kinds of different ways with different sauces and seasonings, but those are like repeat, like nearly every day I'll do one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I think it totally counts.
Okay.
Aurora said T-bone, so I mean,
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Yeah, that's it then.
there you
Air
go.
fryer.
Okay, Lindsay, how about you?
Well, I have thought about several different things as y'all have talked, and so your cauliflower bake that you do, Janet, reminds me of one. It's loaded chicken cauliflower casserole that I have been making for like 6+ years. It's got everything in it, and that one is really good, and it's always like a family pleaser, but you're right, it's like so loaded with all the dairy, and I mean like all the dairy. So I haven't been doing that one very often. And then of course, like steak is a recipe because you take it from its raw state and make it not as raw, and then you consume it. So you applied some kind of change to it. So I really love any steak with just salt just salt. That's all it requires for me. But then here lately, we've been really like back on the bandwagon since I've gone back to like my starter ketogenic friendly way of eating from 6 years ago. I've gone back to all of the dairies, and I've been making jalapeno poppers in my air fryer, which has been fantastic. And I have to do my grandma's Texas torpedoes at some point, which I'm sure will be my favorite recipe of all time, which is a cheeseless version of a jalapeno popper, but like better because it's got chicken in it instead of the cream cheese. So
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what is that?
Need that recipe.
I'll have to do that.
Yeah, yeah,
Little teaser there for everybody of an upcoming recipe.
yeah.
We're gonna write that down because that one just came to me.
Write that down.
Grandma was keto before keto was cool, y'all.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, for me, right now, it would have to be the egg yolk waffles. Oh my gosh, because I can make them into savory buns for whatever burger or breakfast sandwich I'm going to do. I can make it sweet. I can add a little bit of stevia and cinnamon or maple extract. Like, you don't even need the sweet, and it is absolutely fantastic. I've been eating those with tons and tons of butter. Those are kind of like my go-to. And if my kids are like, Mom, can we have dessert? You want to have dessert with us? I'm like, okay, I have no ice cream made. I have nothing. I'm not doing anything else. Yeah, I'll make myself some cinnamon and sugar waffles. So I'll do the allulose with the cinnamon. So yeah, that would be mine right now. It's totally about the yolk waffles. Although I want to do a giant one, I need to get a giant waffle maker so that I can have a giant one, because I just feel like I need that in my life.
Absolutely.
So I think I'm going to do that.
I really like the waffle irons that have like the multiple plates that you can swap out. There was somebody in our old church, one of our old churches, that had like the waffle sticks that you could do, and you could do like 4 or 6 waffle sticks at one time. And I was like, finger waffles, yes.
We use one of the little dash waffle stick makers. So it's just like that. That's cute. The kids like that.
I still not like fully gotten on the complete dash bandwagon. We just have the mini donut maker still. And I'm like,
I ended up getting like
dash
the
waffle makers.
I got the big 4 one of like the dash waffle makers where you can do 4 at once. I love chaffles, and that has saved me so much time, because I don't know, probably a year ago, I was making chaffles. I would have chaffles every day and I would freeze them. So when I used that 4, mini chaffle maker, I was just like pumping them out. It was great.
They're so cute.
Yeah, I thought about getting that one that does the 4-in-1.
Yeah.
Because a friend of mine makes her burgers in the mini dash waffle maker. And I was like, okay, so you could have 2 buns and 2 burger patties all at once, and your entire burger is done all at once. I was like, I might need to do that.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome. I think it was like $50 or something, $54 here in Canada anyways. So it's reasonably priced, and it is well worth it for sure.
Well, I have like the Cuisinart 4-well waffle iron from when me and my husband got married. So I still do have like the big waffle iron.
Nice.
I just have not been able to like justify more space on tiny appliances. And of course, you see Steve, and then 2 crazy ketos, and then Wendy and Harry at Loving Out on Keto getting the Stuffler. And I'm like, but I just can't devote space to that at this point.
I'm the same way. I just like, it's just so much. Even for the Instapot, I still don't have an Instant Pot.
I'm gonna have to push back on that.
That's the one thing that I would contemplate on getting, and that's probably it for appliances. But I think I do need one. I don't know. I haven't pulled the trigger yet and done it.
Hard.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Yep, I agree. That's like the one thing. Because you can cook.
What size should I get?
Oh.
Yeah, we.
What?
A 6-quart.
Okay.
Because you're usually just cooking for 2, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's only like Jimmy and I, and then Zoe's only home occasionally, right? But it's
So you
6-quart.
could do a 3-quart if you don't want leftovers. Like if you're just cooking individual, meals, then a 3-quart is fine. But if you want to like make bigger batches and have leftovers, the 6-quart would be the way to go for.
Okay.
just 2
I would
people.
go, I would do the 6-quart because we always love leftovers. So,
Yeah, and do the one with the handles on the inner pot.
okay.
Best thing that they have ever done. to
Okay.
an Instant Pot
I
with
didn't
the
even
handle.
know that was an option to have the handles on the inner pot.
It's a fairly new thing in the last
Oh,
year.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can send you a link.
Yeah, send me a link on Amazon. I know it'll be amazon.com, but at least I can find like the same thing on amazon.ca.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
Sold.
anyone who wants to order an Instapot, Neely's link will be down below. You can use Neely's link to order your Instapot.
All about making
I'm
money.
sure- I'm sure everybody probably has an Instant Pot except for me. Like,
You cannot be
real.
alone. I'm sure.
There are still people holding out with
yeah.
their stickers.
That's okay. It's totally
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so let me see. There's actually quite a few food questions. So y'all, I cheated. I Googled icebreaker questions. And I was like, I'm just gonna do this. There's actually a whole food section. So I'm just gonna pull some of those because they're actually not too bad. Like, okay, Neely, if you could only eat one item of food for the rest of your life, what would you eat?
I think we
Oh,
all,
that's
I
really
think we
impressive.
all know the answer to this. All of ours are probably the
It's
same answer.
all gonna be the same. Yeah, a fatty steak.
Yeah.
Like fatty beef. Like, could I just say beef and it like include all of the kinds of beef?
I say yes. And since I'm the boss, I say yes.
Yeah.
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 Agreed.
Fatty beef. Okay, Janet, same.
Yeah, same.
Okay, Lindsay.
100%.
Are you gonna be different? You have to be different.
But so here's the thing. It's such like an open-ended question that I don't do well with open-ended questions.
Yeah.
So
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's get deep into the question. Come on, bring me your objections and I will give you the parameters.
when you say eat, do you mean the only sustenance that you
Yes.
consume?
Yes, for the rest of your life.
So we have a problem.
Oh my God.
You can't live on coffee.
You can't survive on coffee?
I will choose the coffee beans and just fast.
It'll just be for the rest of your life, and your rest of your life will be very short.
And
Yeah.
that's okay by me.
Jeez.
But I have to choose between like fat and meat and coffee. It's one of those like, which kid do you save first? moments.
Gotcha.
Did you do like coffee bean fed cows?
Oh no, but if we were talking about non
If you
ruminant
don't chew
animals,
it, if you don't chew it,
we could get the weasels over in where is it where they eat the coffee beans and then they extract them, and then that's what makes the coffee itself taste amazing. Because if we had those animals, then we could do that and they could still drink the coffee and still have the animals if they reproduce at a fast enough rate, because they'd be like rodents.
It's very complicated.
I love that. Like, that is the most methodically thought out answer for that kind of question I've ever witnessed. And I couldn't love it more. So
Process for perfection.
you are gonna go with coffee weasels. You can eat the weasel and also brew what comes out the other end. I mean, you okay with
That
that?
needs to be the title of this video.
Oh
Coffee
my
weasels.
It's using coffee. with-
God.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you ask me an open-ended question, I'm gonna ask for some clarification. That's
That's
just
why
how it
I love
goes.
you. This is why I love you.
Oh
Okay.
gosh.
So
Oh,
for me, I'm not eating coffee weasels. I'm sorry. For
Listen, we haven't done it yet. We don't know. It could be amazing.
it absolutely. Oh, when we're on our island with our air fryers and our fridges and all that, we can eat coffee weasels. Yeah. We're gonna have-
But yes,
like, we are like living the high life on this island, by the way.
Oh.
I mean, naturally.
For anyone who hasn't seen that episode, I'll link it up above so you can watch The Island, who got booted off the island. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna go against everybody because why not? I mean, you know, especially if we're already on our island, we have cows. My hot wings. I love my hot wings, and I could literally eat them every day for the rest of my life and be perfectly fine with that. Plus,
Mhm.
you know, if I'm allowed to have the ranch on the side too, because it's kind of a, you know,
Yeah.
cheaper, then I've
Huh,
got
it's a-
all my fat, you know. Yeah, I think it'll be good. Okay.
Oh.
Let me see. What question should I do next?
Okay,
Oh,
can I ask a question?
do it. And then I found one.
Oh, well, hold on to your hats. We'll do that one next. So what has been your favorite non-coffee beverage as of late since the whole, like, it's summer now has commenced?
That means nothing to me.
That means
Right.
nothing to me
But
either.
Right.
Iced coffee.
Yeah.
Now she's voted off. Ice is not acceptable. Gross.
I think Amy has to answer first because she never answers first.
Yes,
That's right.
there we go.
So I will answer first. Mine would actually be my, if I can't pick any form of coffee, okay, parameters have been set. It would be my ketone drink that I just kind of invented. It's a can of sparkling water that's flavored like coconut or passion fruit or something like that. And then I put the ketones in there. And I like Dr. Boz's ketones because they have the MCT oil in it, the powdered MCT oil. And then I put a little splash of coconut milk in with it. And it tastes like a freaking pina colada.
Wow.
So sometimes I have not yet blended it with ice to make it the right consistency, but I'm getting close. I mean, it's only like 82 degrees here today, so I haven't gotten hot enough to need that, but that would be my favorite drink right now.
Fantastic. You and I have been on a similar train of thought, but I'll do mine later.
Okay, who's next?
That's interesting.
I don't know. I'm not the
You asked the question.
You are, you're leading this one.
okay, Neely, you're next on my screen.
All right. So of course, electrolytes, like my blend of perfect keto and relight that I love. But I talk about that all the time. But as far as something new that I've been enjoying, I got the strawberry perfect keto MCT oil powder. It was like a free gift when I ordered at the Memorial Day sale. They gave me a free one. I was like, sweet. And I didn't even, that one wasn't even one that I was going to choose, but it ended up being my favorite of all the things that I ordered. It's so good.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Mine,
good.
I ended up
Flavors
getting,
are so incredible.
yeah, I ordered the strawberry one by mistake. I wanted to order, mine wasn't the MCT oil, it was just the regular collagen one. I meant to order the cinnamon toast.
That one's
Somehow
good.
I ordered the strawberry, but that with unsweetened coconut milk, because I'm allergic to all nuts, that is so good. It literally tastes like a friggin' like, I like my milkshakes, like melted milkshakes. Like I don't like thick
Mhm.
milkshakes. I like it like once it thaws a little bit. And
Mhm.
it tastes, I kid you not, it tastes like a melted strawberry milkshake. It's
Yep. So
so
even
good.
if it's mixed in water, it tastes good. But I've been kind of working on getting a egg white protein powder MCT like protein shake type thing.
Yeah.
Still working on the ratios though. But the MCT oil powder is just like I got some on my finger and I'm like licking it off. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so
Crazy.
good. It's like strawberry milk or like Nestle Quick strawberry.
Yes.
You know, it's like
100.
Yeah.
100%. Okay, so y'all have been in the same sort of like train of thoughts.
Mhm.
So I also got the free strawberry MCT oil powder, and I was like, but I'm not putting that in my coffee. Like it's taken a lot of effort for me to
Yeah.
put something in my coffee because it's just more work. And you know, we're simplifying. So the other day, I go through and I was like, I had tried the whole coconut milk and the strawberry MCT oil powder from Perfect Keto. And I was like, this is bomb. I had to cut it in half and had to do like unflavored MCT oil as well to just sort of like get the flavor right for my taste.
It's great because it saves you money.
Well, I mean, win, 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 win. The other day I go through and I did buy that instant like milk frother on sale. I did. And so I popped my coconut milk and the strawberry powder in there and did it on the cold setting. And
There you
then
Gonna do
I put it in. So, you know, the GT's kombucha bottles, So I have a bunch of those that we reused all the time. So I put the milk in there and then I topped it off with about 8 ounces of just plain club soda. And it was fire in my mouth. Amazing. Amazing. So Amy, we've got the bubbly thing happening. And then Janet and Neely, we've got the strawberry thing happening.
Soda.
Mind-bogglingly amazing.
Yeah. So now we all have to make a video of each of our favorite drinks now, because you know everyone's gonna want that. So
Yep.
We should just do like a whole collab video with all 4 of us making our version of our favorite summer drink.
Right.
There we go.
I like it. Okay, so make your video and send it to me, and then I'll just put it all up together. Yeah, there you go. Okay, you ready for the fun question? I don't even know how I'm gonna answer. Wait, Janet, did you?
Yeah, mine was like similar to
strawberry.
yours. Yeah,
Oh.
so it's like the unsweetened coconut milk, and then of course my electrolytes that I have with my little squeeze of like the Mio. That's about all I've been drinking lately, honestly.
Cool. Okay, you guys ready for this?
No, but we're gonna be doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Janet, go first.
What?
What is something you can't cook?
Oh my god! Did you guys not see my video today?
I saw it.
Not yet. Not yet. I have not. I was too busy cleaning my oven.
Literally, I cannot for the life of me deep fry anything. Like, we don't have a deep fryer. So yeah, the video that I put up today, which whenever this is going live will be a couple days prior, and it was coconut shrimp, and I've never made the recipe before, and it was deep fried. And I think I've maybe deep fried things like twice in my life with like oil inside of like a pan and done it that way. And it burned. All of it burned. My house was literally filled with smoke. I wish I would have recorded, but Jimmy was like freaking out. All the windows were open. He couldn't even see me. It was that smoky. So deep frying anything is one thing that I cannot do, and I will not attempt again on my channel.
I mean, that plate of coconut shrimp was pretty black.
Right?
It was pretty black.
It was so bad. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the 2 that were like salvageable out of the 12 they were really good, and I was so bummed because they tasted so good. I was so hyped up for that recipe, but no, never again. Deep frying is a definitely no.
See, I can deep fry anything, so I'll make them for you when you come back
Yes.
to the States. Then I'll make them for you so you can eat them where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, so Lindsay, what about you? What is something that you cannot cook? I know, I'm trying to think. I'm like,
I think it's just
iced coffee.
yes, yes,
Physically
yes. It's an abomination. No, I probably would have to say I have not mastered pastry at this point in my life, so I cannot make a good pastry dough or a croissant. I cannot do that yet.
Okay, yeah, I can go with that. Neely.
I'd say probably the same thing, although it's like I feel like I could make anything if I just had the opportunity to look at recipes. It's
Sure.
like I have to be able to go into my kitchen and make it with no recipe.
Yeah.
Oh, well then I would say like beef Wellington. I don't know.
Right?
Something like that. So something that I just have never taken the time to learn. Like that's super complicated. Because a lot of things I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I just don't want to. Like
That's
it's
like
hard,
Yorkshire
so
pudding.
a lot of work.
Like, I cannot make homemade Yorkshire pudding because sometimes Jimmy will like that with like a roast beef on a Sunday or something, and I have to buy like the package that you make. Like, I cannot make it from scratch, even with a recipe. It just never works out with my in the oven. Like, whenever you have to have the oil in there, and it never works out. Like non-keto.
Yeah. No. Okay, so for me, it would probably be souffle.
I thought about that one too.
It never worked ever. I failed like 8 times. I was like, I'm done.
What is a souffle?
It's like this fluffy, light, puffy.
Oh,
No, just no. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
That would
I don't
be-
think I would try that either. No.
Okay. I found another fun one. This could be very interesting. Lindsay, you get to go first. If you could eliminate one food so that no one could ever eat it again, what would you destroy?
That's a good question.
That's the question. It's on the icebreaker question. Lindsay's speechless. Oh.
So would it be something that like everybody kind of dislikes, like majority of people? Like,
Oh no, I'm gonna exact my will on this one. So it's gonna be all melon. 100% of all the melon in the world.
oh,
I
just
cannot.
something personal that you don't like. You don't like any sort of like melon, like watermelon or anything like that?
None. I tried so
Okay.
hard with my pregnancies to like even be like, oh, pregnant women say they love watermelon. Maybe I'll actually like it now. It's a hard no. I
Yeah.
don't like cantaloupe. I don't like honeydew. I don't like melon at all.
Oh,
Hot
that's
take.
hilarious. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Lindsay is very anti. She's pro coffee weasels and anti-melon. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, Janet, what about you? What are you
Oh,
enjoying?
That's a hard question because myself, like Lindsay, I actually do not like any fruit, not just limited to melons. I don't like any fruit. I never have. And especially bananas. Like, oh, just even the thought of the texture. Seriously, I can't. Like, no. I think it's just a texture of the whole banana. You know what I mean? Like, I like banana bread, things of that nature, but as far as the actual banana, that's a hard no.
Okay, Neely, what are you destroying?
Well, my mind immediately went to like the health of the planet.
Mine too.
And so my choice would be industrial seed oils.
Yeah,
I would destroy them all.
true.
I mean, like, look at you being like Mary Poppins better than everybody.
Right? Let's save the
Like,
world.
I can't think of anything else that I like despise so much that I just like, because I hate it so much, I don't want anyone else to enjoy it. Like, my mind doesn't go there. Like, let's save the world.
Think of the
Well,
selfish
then let's add
part.
food dyes to that as well.
There you go. There you go.
Right? Yeah, I've been sitting here thinking, and I'm like, okay, wheat. No, there's a lot of people that need wheat to survive, so I'm not going to kill them. And corn, that gets rid of allulose. I like allulose. No, we're keeping corn. Okay, what about soybeans? No, there's like whole cultures that rely on that kind of stuff. I can't kill off those people. So, and probably everyone's gonna be mad at me. Cherries.
Oh yeah, those can go.
Stop hating on fruit. How can
I don't mind cherries actually,
Like
but
the
they have to be
maraschino cherries. Those things.
Oh,
red
those
dye
those contain no health value at all, no
so we can
nutritional
get rid of
value.
maraschino cherries.
Yeah, nothing.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Lindsay's-
I'm on board with it because they're cherries and they have red dye 40 in it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I've never found a maraschino cherry that did not have red dye 40 in it. So just keep that in mind whenever you guys. Everything tastes like cough syrup to me. Everything. Like anything cherry flavored. Richard loves cherry flavored anything, and I'm like, don't kiss me. Not gonna happen. You taste like cough syrup. It's disgusting.
sounds like good birth control.
Ah, right. Well, plus I don't have a uterus.
Listen, you couldn't let me have my joke without trumping it. Way to go. Way to go, ma'am. How do you win?
Oh my gosh. Okay, Neely, what is your favorite thing to do by yourself? I don't remember what that's like anymore.
Drink coffee. I think that's it. Like the morning time before everyone else wakes up, relaxing, cup of coffee.
That would be Jimmy's answer. Jimmy
Quiet
loves
time.
like just sitting by himself in the morning and drinking his coffee.
I like it. Okay, so what about you, Janet?
I don't know, probably like walking, I would say I enjoy doing by myself. I've never been one, like when I was working out at the gym or whatever, hardcore, I was never one to go with somebody, like how people partner up to go to the gym or go for walks. I like doing that alone. I prefer it 100% to do it alone. Yeah.
Yeah, I can completely agree with that. How about you, Lindsay?
Everything.
Yeah.
And that's coming off of a day where I've, been so focused on all of the other moving parts in my life. So it's funny because like I come across like a very extroverted personality type, but in order for me to recharge, I really do just need solitude. And the drinking of the coffee or the exercising component. Like I don't want people around me, because the moment someone's around me, I'm distracted by them, or they're interjecting their opinions into my already perfect opinion, and that's not permissible. And then it's just like there's so many moving parts. If I'm thinking about something, I just want to stare at a blank wall, like anything really.
Yeah.
Anything and
But-
everything.
That's right. I mean, if I'm cleaning, I would like to be alone to clean. Let me just focus on the task at hand. If I'm trying to come up with something else, like anything.
Yeah.
Fair. Totally fair. Okay, so for my answer, it's going to be something new. I thought about picking the bathroom, but that's kind of a given. I mean, most of us moms want to go to the bathroom by ourselves, but it never happens anyways. For me, it would be the grounding that I have been doing in the mornings. When the sun is coming up and it's not super hot and I'm out there, I'm sitting in my chair. Like I'll stand there for a little while, but I totally messed my back up again. So I've been sitting in my chair with my little bare feet on the grass, and then the sun is hitting me.
Just so peaceful and relaxing, I bet.
This morning, my tiny human came out with me, and it was not quite as enjoyable.
Yeah.
Because there was constant noise. Mommy, look at the bug, look at the caterpillar. Mommy, look at the dragonfly. Mommy, there's a fly.
The time will come though when those little ones grow up. Trust me.
I'm looking forward to missing it right now.
Yeah. And honestly, that is one good thing, you know what I mean, when they grow up and you don't have that and you have more alone time. Literally, like I don't see Zoe all that often. She's 19, she works, she goes to school, does her own thing, and it's enjoyable now because you have more alone time and you can do the things you want to do. You know what I mean? You can even eat on the couch if you want.
Right? Without, oh my gosh, that is one of the things that's really funny. Now, for anyone who thinks that I'm saying I don't want my child around, that is not the case, but I do need my recharging time too. She has started, she'll ask, can we eat something in the great room? Because brother and sister aren't here. So can we eat something in the great room? And dad will be like, yeah, sure. So then she'll run into me and she'll be like, guess what? Daddy, we eat this in the great room. And she will cry laughing. I mean, she's crying. She's laughing so hard.
Aww.
And then I'm like, so of course, I make a big deal about, Daddy, did you let her eat in the great room? And she's just dying. And he's like, she asked me. And then I have to turn around and then I have to go after her.
Oh, because it's like all these rules that you set for your kids when they're little, like no eating on the couch, no drinking in the living room, all these sort of things that when they're older and they're out of the house, that all of those rules kind of go out the window and you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah. So go ahead.
We live by the rule of do as I say, not as I do, even though more is caught than taught. So
Yeah.
Jared, he'll sit on the couch with his whole like smorgasbord of snacks, and the girls are just like,
Yeah. Right.
I'm like, I am not responsible for his choices. I eat at the sink, so I don't know.
I do too. Oh my gosh, that would be the next question. Lindsay, where do you eat most of your meals?
At the kitchen sink.
Neely, what about you?
I have a comfy blue chair that's in the green room off of our kitchen where I have my coffee bar and stuff. And so I will eat a lot of meals there. Occasionally I will sit at the table.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just go into my bedroom and sit at my desk.
Yeah.
if I want to be alone.
Right? Okay, Janet, what about you?
Yeah. Most of my meals are at the kitchen counter. Like if I'm home alone, right, and I'm recording or doing whatever, and I make it and I just eat it while I'm standing there. Other times, if Jimmy is home or if it's on a weekend or something, then we'll eat at the table. Or sometimes we will eat just sitting on the couch with our little TV trays. We're old people now.
I'm totally jealous. Almost every single one of the meals that I consume in the day is eaten at the island in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Sitting.
When my kids were little, we used to eat at the
Standing.
table every single meal. Like every supper we ate at the table. It was one of those things, like I said, was a rule, when I was a parent with my kids at home, that we ate supper at the table every night, no matter what, weekdays, weekends. That was our time where we all communicated. We told our stories about our day, and all the times, most times out of the week, we would even continue sitting at the table after supper was done because we were still chatting, you know what I mean? And that's all the memories like the girls have and that I have, that, that's why you set those rules when your kids are little. But like I said, now that they're not home, it's a little bit different because Jimmy doesn't eat suppers a lot of the time either, because he eats a big meal at lunch and then 2 snacks. So it's only me sometimes for supper. So that's why I'll, pull up a TV tray and eat in the living room. But that is one thing when the kids were little, going back to that little, having little ones, that's one of our routines and traditions that we did when they were growing up. So
Yeah, Bella
Yeah.
loves family dinner.
yeah.
We always have dinner at the table. Or if Jared's not home for dinner, the girls will eat at the counter, the kitchen island, and because we've got chairs there. And then I will wind up standing at the sink because it's directly opposed to where they are.
Right. Yeah.
I
So
just,
for me,
I
it's
just don't like eating while I'm standing, I guess. It's
oh,
like I've been where I'm like just in a hurry and like just gotta eat, but if I like make myself a meal, I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna go sit down somewhere and eat
I need
it.
to get better at that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just like moving around too much that sitting down, I'm just like,
I see that.
Richard's always yelling at me. He's like, come sit down and eat. I'm like, but I have other stuff. He's like, sit
Yeah.
down. Okay.
And that's my issue too during the day. It's like I always have stuff to be doing. So I don't take the time to sit down and properly like eat my meal.
I will say, since I went back to my beginning keto sort of way of going about my life, the hyperactivity has kind of like dropped down a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
I
In a
think
good
the
way?
insulin is starting to like
I noticed
slowly.
you're not
Yeah.
moving as much.
I am not moving as much.
I did notice. Yes, that fact was not lost on me at all. I did notice. I was like, she's still moving, but it's not as much.
Right.
Is it
How many fat
like a
grams are
calmer
you?
brain?
How many fat grams are you eating now, Lindsey?
So
And
I don't know how many fat grams I'm eating. I did track it a few times and I'm eating around 22 to 2,300 calories a day. And I'm
Okay.
trying to stay below 80 grams of protein right now. I can't get down to like that 55, 60, 65 sweet spot that I know I should be in, but it's definitely come down. I mean, there were days when I would eat 250 grams of protein and still not be satiated.
Yeah. So the fat is helping though, for sure, eh?
Oh man. Oh man. And then of course that strawberry MCT oil powder, like what?
Yeah.
Janet, how many fat grams do you eat in a day? Because I know you track, right?
Is it me? Did you say me?
Yeah, Janet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I usually have about 120 grams of fat a day. And then my protein is between 80 and 100, I would say. I relatively don't have that low of fat grams, but it's usually around 80.
Yeah, I started tracking just the last week and I'm like that 120 grams of fat, which
Yeah.
I don't think is low fat. Like,
I don't consider that low fat either. How many fat, like, I don't know, that it just seems like that's even high with the foods that I'm consuming. Like, I guess there are other higher foods that, you could consume, but I'm like, I don't know. It just seemed like 120 is high to begin with, but
Yeah.
Amy,
I-
how many are you doing?
So
Yeah.
I was just looking. I'm anywhere from like 120 to 190.
Okay.
It just kind of depends on the day, and like if I get hungry or a little bit snacky at night, I'll have some of those egg yolk waffles. And
Yeah.
that itself like puts quite a bit of fat, a little tiny bit of protein, but not too much. The fat for those, for one recipe is like an extra 20 grams, plus you add the butter in there too. So
Yeah.
then see that one, I didn't even track the butter on that one. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good though.
Yeah, it just kind of depends. It looks like Lindsay's looking
Yep.
up her numbers. Let me see. Let me find.
Oh, I'm not looking up my numbers.
Oh, what are you looking up?
I was actually just looking up what like an average fat consumption, like
You
what
know?
the FDA recommends, and what the FDA recommended on that one was just like what? Because they only recommended like 20. Let's go backwards. We're going backwards. They only recommended 45 to 65 grams of carbs, 10 to 30 grams of protein, 25 to 35 grams of fat, and 21 to 31 grams of fiber daily. And I'm thinking, like, that sounds like less than like 900 calories.
I
a
was
day.
just gonna say, how many calories is that? That wouldn't add up. That wouldn't add up to like 15 or 1800 calories. There's no way.
That's weird.
So I'm still researching.
There's different like, levels of carbs where they're like a high carb diet is over 400 or 300, and a regular carb diet is 300, and then there's the low carb, and then there's the ketogenic. So there's like these levels. They give you like a baseline, but I haven't seen that about fat. And the reason I've been thinking about it is because with you guys going to higher fat, the other side they say is lower fat, high protein. And I'm like, I don't think I'm on a lower fat diet. Like it's still a fairly high, if not moderate diet. Like I just don't like being classified as low fat.
Yeah.
Triggers.
Well, and
No, you're not.
Yeah, I
friend
think
was-
we're all on the same page as far as fat grams now. You know what I mean? I've been just kind of zoning in on like going back, like Lindsay had said, like going back to what I was doing 4 years ago when I started, and going back to those meals that I know were satisfying to me. And I know the macros kept me on track, and that everything kind of aligned at the end of the day when I still felt full, satisfied, energetic, and all of those things, rather than, you know, what I've been doing on and off for the last year, where it's kind of like, you know, keto snacks, and then I'm back on track and a clean keto, and then I'm this and that. I've just been trying to really focus on going back to when I first started, even though it's the same macros, some maybe obviously the total carbs kind of vary, but as far as like the protein and fat, they've kind of stayed consistent throughout the whole entire, you know, past 4 years. But definitely going back to like clean, you know, the meals that I was eating, the eggs, the bacon, you know, the butter, all of these things, the avocado, you know, is what I've been kind of resourcing back to.
Yeah, I'm going back to my.
Working for you?
Yeah, is it working for you?
Is it me? Is that, sorry, you're cutting in and out for some reason. Yeah, it seems to be working for me fairly well. I feel like my energy is still lacking, but hopefully that will maybe, I don't have any strips either to feel like I'm in ketosis. So it may just be taking me a longer time as well too, to get into full ketosis. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems to be working other than that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. Sounds like we're just getting back to basics all across the board, where you know where you feel best. And
Yeah.
just keep it simple. Yeah, that's one of the things when I first started out keto. It was all about the fat bombs and the sweets and all that, and I think that made it a lot harder for me to do keto properly, because it kept those cravings alive really, really badly. So now this time around, I rarely use sweeteners for anything. I don't make the fat bombs that have, you know, like a half a cup of swerve or allulose in it. I don't make those anymore.
Yeah.
That it makes a big difference to just do like just the fat, because once you have to start counting the total carbs, you can't use allulose, you can't use swerve, you can't use any of those. So
Yeah.
that and the almond flour, no more almond flour. Oh, so much almond flour. The fact that I'm still alive is kind of a miracle. And with that, we should probably wrap this up unless anyone can think of anything else that we need to ask real quick.
That went really fast.
It's been like 45 minutes, I think, of
Yeah.
recording.
Yeah.
So, plus bloopers, you know, because we've got some bloopers to go through. Because I need to go find a picture of a coffee weasel.
Yes, and put it on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
No, I was just wondering how you were doing and feeling, actually, Amy. I was worried about you.
So much better.
Okay.
If I keep my protein down between like 58 and 70 grams of protein, my pain is almost non-existent.
Oh, good. That makes me feel better.
So much better. Although I was telling Neely before y'all got here, so special. We have ducklings in the house right now. We have a giant water trough. It's like 2 feet deep, 2 feet high by 6 feet long, something like that.
Yeah.
And I was getting ready to clean it out because ducklings are disgusting. They are so nasty. So I was getting ready to clean it out, reach in there to pull the cinder block out that their water sits on. And I heard an audible pop and felt something snap in my back down low. Instant pain, almost dropped the cinder block on the ducklings. Thank goodness I was okay. I managed to like get it out. Took me 30 seconds to stand up straight. Go to the chiropractor, get adjusted, have to go back again. Put an ice pack on, and I fell asleep with the ice pack on. And I gave myself frostbite.
Oh, no.
Y'all,
Oh, no.
I can't even. So I have these 2 red patches on my back because like my jeans were there. And then it got underneath my t-shirt. So it was just on my undershirt because I always wear a tank top, always, because I'm an 80s baby. I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
So I have these 2 spots on my back that are bright red and angry. They feel like burns.
Oh, no.
So that does still hurt.
If it's not one thing, it's another. My gosh.
The lightning is hitting my house, or the power is out for 18 hours, or so I'm just like, okay, Murphy apparently has moved in,
Oh,
and I need to find him and evict his butt.
Yeah.
Not
I think it's
the
great
right
that
kind of Murphy. Okay, Murphy's Law has taken over my house.
Yeah. I think it's great that you're staying at home though. Like you said, you're just not traveling and taking care of you. Like that is so good. You know what I mean? To do, to keep it all under control and, you know, for the time being.
It's so hard.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine.
I
Yeah.
want to go travel. I'm like, no, I need to just,
Yeah.
I will be good.
Yeah.
Eventually,
It's really hard to control, you know, when you're traveling, to control what you're eating and sleeping and drinking and all of that. So that's good.
yeah, eventually the 4 of us will have to get together.
Yeah.
And we'll have to do a recording all together.
I would love, oh my gosh, I would love to do that. That would be fun.
We'll have
Great.
a little retreat, a Fab 4 retreat. That's what we got to go on.
Yes. We should
There's got to
create
be somewhere that's like midpoint.
There has to be.
As long as there's coffee weasels.
Yeah.
As long as there's coffee weasels. Great. Yes.
Lindsey can
Go to our
pet
deserted
coffee.
island with our coffee weasels and have fun.
Well, I'm not going to Vietnam anytime soon, but I'm sure they can be imported.
I mean, priorities. It's totally worth it. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for coming and hanging out again with us while we did our Fab 4 meeting. If you have any questions, drop them down below in the description and I will read them next time and get all of your answers. So thank you, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.
How is everybody?
Doing good.
I don't know how to answer that question. So
I feel the same. I feel the same. I don't know. This week was like a crazy week. I don't know why.
it was wicked bad for me too. Not bad, that's hyperbolic, but it was definitely a week where it was not my own week. Like I
Yeah.
had 0 minutes to do things that I had intended to do. And that's always a frustrating thing.
Hey,
There's been
Lindsey.
a lot of
Your
Yeah.
audio is funky.
Uh-huh.
sounds kind of robot-y. Is it because you just have the one earbud in?
Probably.
I don't know, but I know that they die too fast for me
That's
to
better.
be able to put
Yeah,
both
that's
of them
better.
in. And now y'all are super quiet.
Technology, hey?
Gone.
Technical difficulties.
She's like, screw this, I am out.
Oh, there's my tiny human. Yes, darling. That's my not tiny human. Hello, darling. Come give me a kiss. How was work? Oh, you're filthy. Is it poison? I just cleaned the
Woo!
covered in poison
Fruit
too.
punch or
Fruit punch. Oh, he came home the other day.
Ew,
His hands were
ew.
dyed red from red 40.
Lindsay, what are you doing?
He's like, I will make this work.
Why is there like, there's two of you though? Like,
What's up? I'm an overachiever. That's what's up. Do you legitimately see two of me?
well,
Yep.
no, I can't. Oh, there you go.
Now it's gone.
There you go. You're
You're
good.
good.
I'm just gonna let it record though, because we may say something. Lindsay might say something funny. I took the last swig of my coffee. and
That
I
is the
forgot
worst.
That I put pumpkin pie spice in here. So I had like coffee grounds, which are never in there, plus the nutmeg, plus a little bit of cloves and stuff like that. I'm like, that's why I'm sitting here
Ew.
pulling stuff off my tongue. while we're recording.
Gross. We got skunks here quite often in the last like couple of years. This year we haven't had any, but I remember when I first moved out here, and of course we live in like a little hamlet, so we have a lot of wildlife. And that was the first time that I've ever seen a skunk. However, the situation was I was going to take the garbage out at nighttime. I opened the door and there was a skunk right at my front door. And of course, this was the first time I've seen a skunk. So I was like, oh my gosh, it is like the cutest little thing ever. It is so cute. And then it kind of like clicked in my head and I was like, wait a minute, you slammed the door. Like, no. And that was my first time that I've ever seen a skunk. We've seen obviously many now every year, but that was my first encounter seeing a skunk.
I had a friend who had a skunk as a pet.
That's a
And
hard one.
they get it de-gland or whatever.
Yes.
And they can't say.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it was okay. And she had it like when it was a little tiny little baby skunk. It was like
They
little
are,
flower from.
they are so cute. They
So
literally
cute.
are so cute. Come on, just like porcupines. Porcupines are so cute the way that they just waddle. So adorable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but dangerous. Like, you know what I mean?
Scary, but super cute at the same time. And you want to snuggle it, but you're like, but maybe not.
Yeah, exactly.
Like every
Yeah.
animal in Australia ever.
Yeah, literally. That's the only thing that deters me from visiting Australia. Ugh.
I know. Well, okay, what I want to know is how on earth we got the possums switched. Because like of all of the animals in Australia, they are all scary and terrifying, and yet their possums are flippin' adorable.
Oh, really?
So I will pop up a picture so everyone can see what an Australian possum looks like. And then I will also pop up a picture of what the American possum looks like.
Oh, if you've seen a Goofy movie, then you know what the possums look like over
Because
here.
there's no, like, Australia ended up with the most adorable possums ever.
Okay, ready, go.
So I'm not sure what happened. Like they got switched because the scary one should be in Australia where everything else is scary. Just like,
They look. Yeah, I've never
Now
seen-
show us
I've never
the
seen-
coffee weasel.
oh, coffee
It's
weasel.
a rodent too.
I've never, the first time that the one and only time that I've seen a rat was when I was in Seattle. We were at the Space Needle, me and Zoe, we went on a trip to Seattle and we were coming out of there and we seen a rat and we just literally walked by and stared at it because we could not believe our eyes, how big it was and how gross they are. That was the one and only time I've seen a rat.
See, there's
Yes.
the coffee weasel poop.
There they are.
There's the poop. There's the weasel.
Who was the first person that decided this was a good idea?
I
Right?
don't know. I
I
don't
have
know.
never heard of
Wrong
this.
with
I'm
that
guessing
person.
that they were starving. Let me
No,
Google
wow,
weasel
this is
poop.
I have never heard of this. This is so funny.
so weird.
So weird, right?
Yeah.
I would never think, let me drop that into a steaming mug of water.
Where
I
to
mean,
buy
it's a
weasel
process
coffee?
to clean it up.
Still,
That I
yeah,
couldn't.
I think that one's actually kind of adorable. That picture right there. I mean, he looks a little intense, but
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Like a raccoon.
yeah.
I was gonna say raccoon as well.
They
Yeah.
look like corn nuts.
You do.
Tasty candy bar.
This is the picture that I'm gonna pop up so everyone can see the coffee weasel.
Oh, what a cute coffee weasel.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
look at the face.
They are cute.
like a-
Weasel, you know what? Weasels are cute. Are weasels vicious, I wonder?
Yes.
Yeah, they're
They
predators.
also
Are they?
kill my chickens and my ducks.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? See, we don't get many weasels here either. At all, actually.
Oh, they're so cute. But yeah, they're vicious.
They are cute.
Okay.
But now we need to know how quickly they procreate to figure out if it was a viable option for my one consumable for the rest of my life.
Well, I mean, technically, if we're all living on this island anyways, you know.
I mean, it's all about sustainability at this point,
Yes. We just have to protect them from the predators on the island, you know, while we're there.
which are us? Question mark.
We have to find the ecological balance for them and us living together.
So that we're
I
not
say we
eating
should
the weasels.
also have, we need a generator, right, to manage all of the appliances. So we also need some kind of a DVD player and the Lion King, so we can always remember the circle of life.
No, the trees have power. Remember, the trees have outlets.
That's right. That's right.
So we don't need any generators. They're like solar.
DVD player? Have you not heard of Netflix, Lindsay? Come on.
How are we getting that on this
You need
island?
Wi-Fi.
Disney Plus, then. Okay. Through our phones. We're all going to have our phones on the island. Give me a break.
But that wasn't part of the deal.
If we get cell service out there, I will be shocked. I don't even get cell service at my house.
Yeah.
If I could get cell service on this island, I will be there in a week.
We're moving there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because yeah, I lost power, which means my Wi-Fi was gone. So we had no way to check and see if the tornadoes are coming, what the temperature, nothing. Like
Wow.
nothing. I have to be upstairs in my room. I have to put my phone on my bedside table, and I can only touch it with one finger. Otherwise, it destroys the signal. And so I was able to send texts like that. So like I'd formulate my text, put the phone down, give it a few seconds to buffer, and then I'd hit send.
Oh my God.
And then I can send. So I sent it off to a friend of mine. I was like, "Can you check to see if I'm gonna die?"
Can you if you're off of Wi-Fi though, can it connect to a network or?
There's no
Well,
cell towers.
She doesn't have signal.
There's no cell towers around here at all.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Nothing. Not at all. So I was watching the weather guy that I like is Ryan Hall, y'all. I like watching him. He's fun. And he's like, okay, if you're in the Oshkosh area, you need to take cover right now. And then the power goes out. And I was like, how close to Oshkosh? Because I'm an hour from Oshkosh. How close is
Right.
how close is close?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I was like,
And in
everyone
which direction?
downstairs.
Which direction?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, everyone downstairs right now. We're all going. So we're all just like I was like, shoes on, grab a jacket. It's like pouring rain. The sirens never went off. We never had a tornado, but I'm like, that could not have been worse timing.
Yeah,
Oshkosh
for
area,
sure.
take cover now. Scared. We should probably go so I can go edit. When I go,
Yeah.
coffee.
I've got a place to be in an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
Good
go
times.
sit
Always
outside.
something to do.
Maybe I'll go sit outside and ground for a little while. I'm gonna go. I'm not
Rainy here
grounded.
today.
Grounded. Amy, you're grounded.
Thank you very much.
Just sit
Okay.
out there and think about what you've done.
Yes, ma'am.
Alone.
Yes, I alone, right? I will. Yeah.
Thumbnail, no thumbnail.
Oh yeah. Good idea.
I don't
What was
know.
the topic? What are we gonna do? The coffee weasel?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I should figure out.
Wait, everyone's gonna click and be like, "What the heck are they talking about?"
Yeah.
What should I call
Or
it?
is there? Will you put maybe the coffee weasel in the middle or something of this us four? Do you want us to point at that?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. We could sit on the outside. I don't know if I'm facing the right direction for you guys, but on my screen it works. We could, just sit back kind of like that. Like what?
Okay. Well, we'll have to go from what you see.
Yeah, so you go, Janet. Yeah, you go that way. Lindsay, turn around, go the other way. I know it's mirrored. It's weird. There we go.
I'm going the right way.
Yep, you're right. Okay, hopefully it works.
Did we do it?
Yay for Amy. All right, we're out.
Yes.
We're
So happy
back
to
on.
be back.
All
Love
right,
to
you
help
guys.
but
Okay.
Bye.
bye, y'all.
Guys.